First up, the extraordinary Harper family. Parents Paul and Angela have 7 children. 3 of them, Noah, Lily and Isaac, have Down syndrome. They talk candidly to me about how their family has changed their perspective on life, for the better.
Some that's clean.
Oh, hang on, don't put away dirty carpet.
I'm not! That side is clean, that side is dirty.
Okay.
So I'll get it over.
The Harpers are a large family of 8, with just 4 living at home.
Up we go. And Isaac's still in his
3 of
pot.
the 8 Harper children have Down
Can I put him
syndrome,
back in there?
and it's something their
Yes.
parents, Angela and
Good
Paul,
morning.
celebrate.
They make you look at life in a different way. They actually teach you a lot about yourself. I find them quite a leveller when I come home from work, actually.
You ready to get up and get dressed? Noah's going to choose you some clothes.
Isaac has just turned 2.
trousers?
He's child number 8.
Trousers for him.
Isaac joined the Harper family when he was 9 weeks old. His birth parents had given him up for adoption.
These are brown dresses for Isaac.
Yep.
The bird farm.
And here he could have this jumper.
Yeah.
Noah is 8. He's the Harper's biological child, born when Angela was 42. He's child number 7.
Yeah.
Can you put it up high?
Yeah, okay, you put them on the side and I'll put them up in a second.
Lily is 19. She was adopted when the family lived in the UK. At that stage, they had 3 kids of their own, but wanted to make a difference.
This is your thing. Yeah, I know that, but I'm working right now.
Mum, Angela, trained as a psychiatrist.
Yep, shall we make your breakfast?
Dad, Paul, is a haematologist and also leads the committee reviewing national prenatal screening for Down syndrome. The changes being considered could radically alter the number of children born with Down syndrome in the future.
I think it's wonderful having people with Down syndrome in our world, and I think society needs the diversity. And I've heard someone say that if we didn't have Down syndrome, it would be like having a tapestry without the colour yellow.
While other families might take on a project like renovating a house, bringing up children is a lifelong goal these doctors choose to commit themselves to.
I kind of feel the children are something we stuck with, perhaps more than any of my other projects.
But it's a bit difficult because you kind of go into these projects and, of course, you can't drop children. Once you've got them, you've got them.
No.
Because this is too hard and I'm not very good at English. It's not my
18-year-old Hannah is child number 6. She's at university but still lives at home, so she's able to lend a hand.
7:43.
We had this kind of conviction that we could help children with disabilities. Angela's the one who kind of drove it. She had to twist my arm a bit, but I think we were naive and stupid, and we're now kind of cynical and jaded, I suppose.
The daily challenges for Lily, Noah and Isaac vary hugely, but nothing really phases this family.
I think there's a lack of information and a lack of knowledge about what these disabilities are, and I think they've also got this very outdated view that children with Down syndrome used to be put in institutions and never did very much, and I think people still think their kids are going to be like that.
See ya!
Paul and Angela say their children are constantly presenting them with surprises, achievements they hadn't expected, and new behaviours. At 19, Lily is still at school, but her family is gradually preparing her for work.
Well, Lily is, she's a delightful sort of actress, people person. Always been able to read people quite well, even as a tiny baby. People who were upset would give her a hug and feel comforted by her.
Wait for the bus.
We picked her up from her foster parents' home, and we had got such great plans for how we were going to sort of educate her and make her the brightest little girl with Down syndrome ever.
At the time of the adoption, Paul and Angela were convinced it was a positive move. However, not everyone they knew supported them.
Different people told us different things, and someone said to us that we would actually ruin the lives of our children if we did that.
And it's quite funny, really, because they've come around so much now that they, regard Lily as just part of the family, and they think she's fantastic. Of course, they think she is the brightest, child with Down syndrome, which is nice.
But negative attitudes repeated as the youngest 2 children joined the family.
Suddenly, people found us objects of pity.
When you've got 3, they really think you're a bit odd. Yeah. I was in Pack and Save recently with 3 of them, and You completely forget that you've got kids with Down syndrome. And I was just doing the shopping, and then the girl on the till said, "Are you from a home?" I thought, I don't have anything to say.
Lily works 2 mornings a week in the lingerie department at the local farmer's store. The rest of the week she's at Awatapu College. Okay, what are we doing here, Lily?
We're going to get one of these hangers and then...
And hang them up over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I reach up there? Not
Let me
quite.
help you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Is there anything about this job that you find difficult, Lily?
Looking... Before I started...
This one's got tissues in it already.
Oh yeah, I'll put those in then.
Sorry, carry on. Before you started?
I felt tricky about time.
Okay.
And I didn't know how to do that a lot, and it's really hard. So I got myself a watch.
Good idea.
My teacher that does drummer, Val, she's been teaching me time sometimes, and I've been trying to learn it on a different watch and clock because it's different. One is analog.
Like my one.
Yeah, like your one and my one's pretty different in that.
When do we get to have a cup of tea? Is it break time soon?
I'll have a look at my watch.
We've been working pretty hard.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It says 9:57.
Mine's a bit fast.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so maybe we'll do a bit more work before we have a cup of tea then.
Yeah.
Okay.